Cooking with the Doctor, episode 11. This is going to be my second time challenge. This time, I'm going to be cooking one of my all-time favorites, chicken Thai curry. So real quickly, I'm going to run through the ingredients here. So first off, chicken. Yes, it is already pre-cooked, pulled chicken. But hey, I typically use rotisserie chicken. It's already been cooked, so the whole cooking the chicken thing, during this, not needed. Once again, work smart, not hard. Otherwise, obviously we have rice. I prefer basmati, but we have jasmine here just as well. Then we have some bell peppers. Okay? I have red, yellow, and orange. Then I have a white onion. Obviously, you're going to need some cooking oil, cinnamon, cumin, curry, make it spicy, some good old cayenne. We have some garlic here. Then we also have, to make the curry sauce, we also have peanut butter and coconut milk. Okay, so to get this started, first thing we want to do is to get the rice started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here, turn this on high. So yeah, you want this at like 8, 9, 10 as far as heat, getting the rice started, because you're going to heat it up. And then once it gets boiling, you're going to go ahead and, I need to get a bit of that oil out of my hands. Yeah, so once it gets boiling, then you're going to have it simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, so you want to get the heat going on early with this. So jasmine, I'm using a 1/4 cup, because we're not going to be making that much, admittedly, at least hopefully not, as far as rice and curry. So I got about a 1/4 cup of rice here. And get that in there. And then with this, because I'm using, and it'll change the with each rice, it'll be different as far as how much rice to water you want. So for this, it's roughly 1 unit of rice to 1.5 units of water. So I'm also going to put in here about 3/4 cup of water. Okay, so, and we want to just get that up to, I want to make sure that that gets boiling. Okay, get the fan on. I know I'm going to have to be a bit louder once I get the fan on, but yeah, so we got this going on. Well, actually, I don't need the fan on yet. You can stay off, so I'm going to let this heat up, wait for it to boil, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, you can already hear it going. And yeah, okay, so with that, I'm looking at the clock, so I'm going to give it about 15 minutes, and you want it on low. Okay, like 1.5 out of 10. Okay, so we're going to let that guy stay there, but our focus now is actually going to turn over to here. So what I'm going to do is, I got this heating up a little bit, and I am going to get some oil in here, and I'm just going to toss the rest of the chicken that I have. Might as well. That was like, I don't know, maybe 6 ounces or so of chicken to keep in track. So let this heat up as well a little bit. Now the great thing is that, so this is already cooked frozen chicken, so the key thing here is you just need to get it up to temp, and it's good. So I'm going to toss this back, and then let things heat up. Alrighty, so next what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get all these vegetables ready. Okay, that's going to be next part because we have some onion, some different colored bell peppers to get ready. So, yeah, I'll bring you guys down here. Okay, so first, I'll go with the bell peppers. Okay, trying to get this. Oh, this is an easy open bag. Okay, that's nice. So obviously, I'm using fresh produce, so I'm going to want to wash this off after I grab these. Oh, man down. We got, yeah, that one I'm going to have to toss. I could clean it, but, you know, I keep my kitchen floor clean, but not that clean. So I'm looking for here. Let's get some good ones out here. Okay, yeah, that should be a good amount. So I got about 9 of these smaller guys. So I'm going to go ahead and wash them here. As you know, this is a time challenge, so what I'm shooting for is 20 minutes, hopefully. That's me really pushing it. But we'll have to see. It'll be 24 minutes from the time I cooked it, because I had like a minute, well, I had like a few minute intro really. So, still have some time. Okay, so now I just need to get this all chopped up. So first thing you want to do is just get that top of the pepper off. That's the key. Okay. And move these guys over here so that I can cut better. At the very least, my goal is to get this done under 30 minutes, though, okay? That's my base minimum. So I'm shooting for like a 32, 33 minute video. Okay, so get these guys. I'm just gonna put them right over here. Okay, so, another pepper down. Oh, wow. I'm getting. That's the danger of cutting so close to the edge of the counter there. So as I'm watching my fingers, I'm starting to cut some of these things up. And yeah, if you want to watch your fingers, the smartest thing to do is like what I'm doing right here, where you keep the offhand above the blade, not to the side. Okay. And then let's get a few more peppers over here. Alrighty. Then we're gonna, well, one second, I'll get these guys finished, and then I'll get everything, get all these peppers out into the chicken. Okay, so now this is all good to go, and what I'm going to do is I'll actually swing the camera back around to where we have the chicken, zoom in a little bit. Rice is doing just fine, so I'm just going to get that chicken right in there. Sorry, get the peppers in the chicken right there. Okay, so get that going. Okay, That's good enough right there. Next, back here, onion. Got an onion going on. And I'll only use part of it. I'll only use like maybe half the onion. And yes, typically you're going to want to cut your, you're going to want to make sure that, what you're using to cut, this, that you clean in between cutting things. But, I mean, it's peppers to onions. The risk of cross-contamination is minimum. Okay. Get that top layer off. Remember, when you're cutting the onions, get the top layer off. There. So that top layer's really no good to you. Okay. So I got all this about ready to go. Once again, hand on top of the knife, not to the side. Also, disclaimer with this meal. Is this in any way an authentic Southeast Asian dish? No, this is inspired by Southeast Asian cuisine. So this is in no way the real deal. Okay, but this, it's inspired by. Oh, all right. Oh, very good. We didn't have a cutout there. So get the onion in here. About half that onion. And now comes the really fun part. This is where things are going to get really, really interesting. Okay. So we're going to turn this back up to about a 6 or so on the scale. I had it down at about a 4 just so I wasn't burning anything. So let's get up to temp. Then what I'm going to do is, you guys will be like, what am I doing? Trust me. Trust me on this. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a few spoonfuls, like big spoonfuls, glopping spoonfuls of peanut butter. By a few, I mean, screw it, you're using at least half the container if it's I have an 18 ounce there, so you're using a good 8+ ounces of peanut butter for this. Trust me, that is absolutely necessary, and that is just a-okay. Okay, so get that mixed in here. And I'm going to return it just quickly back down to middle. And then I'm going to open up this right here. My cats are going to go crazy. Don't mind the meowing. Okay. That is just going to be a handful of cats losing their shit. Okay, good. They're not coming out here in force. What I want to try to do here is, once again, and you're just gonna pour maybe about a third at this point, so about maybe a little under 5 ounces of coconut milk. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to stir this all together. And just check the consistency. The consistency is key. Okay, if you think it's a little too runny, add some peanut butter. If you think it's a little too thick, add some coconut milk. Okay, that's the key right here. It seems to be a decent consistency. Key here, though, is start getting some spices in. Some Maywon curry, bunch of curry. How much? A lot. That's how much. Then you're going to want cinnamon. Be careful, cinnamon's a pretty strong one. Same thing with cumin. You still want these, just, Careful there. And some cayenne. Oh yeah. Just add some heat, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's get some garlic here. Oh yeah, garlic. Get a little garlic. Decent amount, about a forkful. That's what I would call for. And then what I'm actually going to do, I didn't announce it before, but I'm calling it audible because I know I have another Where Are You Coriander? Because yeah, I'm going to add this a little bit of coriander here once I find it. There, you're hiding in the back. Add just a little bit, not too much. That's going to kind of be a citrusy sort of flavor being added there. And moving through all of this, and this is turned out to be pretty thick, so I maybe want to thin this up a little, which is just fine. So I add, so I'm down to, yeah, maybe about 7 ounces left, about halfway through the coconut milk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this on medium, and as this, let's see here, that's still pretty, that's a good consistency. I can live with that. Okay. So let's move in some stuff here. And quickly checking on the rice. The rice is almost there. And we might challenge the 20-minute mark, which is good. One thing I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check and make sure that the spices are working well here, okay? Because this is definitely a spice to flavor sort of, a spice to taste to your flavor sort of thing. So that's good. One of the things I will do though, I'm going to put this on low for right now. But I definitely could use a little bit more heat. So I'm definitely going to put a little more cayenne. And then, let's see here. Actually could use a little more cinnamon. I mean, you want to be able to at least notice some of these flavors. You don't want them to necessarily dominate, but you want to at least notice that they're there. Okay, so I'm just going to pour a little bit more. Coconut milk. Oh yeah, let's get that all nice and mixed in there. Okay, so I'm going to let this finish up as I do some dishes as I continue to talk to you. Okay, so this is one of the things where, once again, I'm always talking about working smart, not hard. So one of these, you know, as you're making the meal, if you get opportunities like now, I have a little while, about a minute or two, before the rice is going to be ready. So I might as well just go ahead and start doing some dishes. This makes sense at this point. Because, I mean, I can stir that chicken around a little bit, but there's only so much I can do. So this, get the peanut butter put away, and really just washed off. This peanut butter that I get is delicious, but it is messy. It's a bit on the oily, unmixed side. I like that though. Okay. So with this, I mean, hopefully you can see, I mean, we're just getting past the 20-minute mark here. So you can see in less than a half hour, we're talking about making a dish that, I mean, I'll admit, are you going to be impressing your people that really, really know their Southeast Asian cuisine, you know, their Southeast Asian cuisines? But, I mean, I enjoy this dish just like I enjoy, you know, I mean, almost as much as I would any dish I'd be getting at a Southeast Asian restaurant, whether it's Thai or Indian. Like I said, it's inspired by, it's kind of me making an easier version of it, a simpler version of it. So I'm almost done with the dishes here. Well, I'm done enough for right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, I'm going to turn these both off. So what I'm going to do here then, let me grab the big spoon for the rice. Rice is cooked well. So let me get this in another. This is that dish had a little bit of the vegetables from earlier that when I was cooking them. Okay. And let me just double check on this rice here. Is it done? Yeah, it's done. Then bring it over to here. Oh, okay, yeah. There's gonna be plenty of that left over, but yes, let's get my reaction here. So, and really, if we're being serious here, like 20 minutes, right at the threshold. So 20 minutes. Okay, so let's eat here. Yes, that's the right flavor palette for me, at least. I like the spiciness. Yeah, so I give this one A grade for sure. One of my all-time favorite dishes that I've cooked. I mean, this isn't my first time cooking this dish in general. I probably have cooked this like half dozen times at least. With my dad and on my own. But this is definitely good. Probably the best solo version of it I've made. So with that, I'm gonna go back, enjoy this, and I will talk to you guys later.